Something happened on this page and I need to find out who did it. This was supposed to be a simple sketchbook experiment, but now we have watercolor blooms, oil pastel drama, gouache cover-ups, quiet color pencil evidence, and one very bossy black pen. So today I'm opening a sketchbook investigation. Each art supply is a suspect. Everyone left a trace. And by the end, we'll decide who caused the chaos or who made the page more interesting. No perfect pages today, only evidence. I'm not going to try to make a perfect mixed media page. I'm going to let each material behave like itself. The goal is not to control everything and everyone. It's to notice what each medium does. Because when you know how your supplies behave, your sketchbook feels less intimidating. Let's bring in the first suspect, watercolor. It's beautiful, it's unpredictable, it's suspicious. Watercolor looks gentle and innocent, but it's kind of unpredictable. It doesn't always behave like you want it to. You think you are controlling it, but it has its own will. Let it make a wash, bloom, drip, run through the paper. You see, you cannot really control that. It's going everywhere it wants. It's creating cauliflower effect. And the more water you add, the more runny it will be, trying to escape the page. Ooh, let it drip. Watercolor always looks innocent at first, and then you add water and suddenly she has plans. Well, I didn't ask for those parts here, but I'm happy with it. Let's pretend it's on purpose and I was the one in control. Okay, the atmosphere is here. Let's bring in some drama. Oil pastels are immediately bold. They add a lot of texture to the page, but it doesn't erase. So you better be confident with what you are doing with it. It's a non-forgiving medium. A good thing you can use it on top of the watercolor. It's really forgiving for that. It's applying easily on top of other mediums. And you can layer it and create some interesting gradients. It can be annoying as it's smudging on your hands, but it's also exciting. Well, it can smear into itself, making a mess with the colors. And you have to clean the tip of it pretty often, otherwise it will get dirty. This is a perfect medium if you are confident enough to go straight for it. If you need an underdrawing, that's fine. It will cover it, so it's great for that. But I think it's more fun when you use it bold and brave, like I'm doing here. Well, we could say that oil pastel is not subtle. It's really screaming over the page, saying, "Here I am, can you see me? I am the bold one. And I will do something if you close the pages. I will smear on the other page." This is a kind of material that is not weak. It's a very suspicious one. But honestly, the page needed that. You can go very graphic with it as well. You don't have to feel everything. Well, it's not for sharp details anyway. Now that I have the drama, let's bring in someone who claims she can fix everything. Let's bring in la gouache. Gouache is opaque, kind of. Gouache is a cover-up artist. When you have a mistake somewhere, you can easily use it on top of what you had before. Except it's not really working on top of oil pastel. The oil pastel is repelling the gouache. Ooh. But why not? Let's pretend it works. Gouache can cover up your mistakes and create an interesting texture. It can make bold shapes, but if you layer it too liquid, you will get muddy colors. This is something you need to keep in mind, but you can still use it watery if you want to have a watercolor effect, but a bit more opaque. Can you see here? The oil pastel is repelling the water I have on my brush. That's fine. And gouache is so forgiving. You can blend a bit your edges to get a soft effect in the background, but it will leave evidence on your fingerprints. Gouache is a suspect who says, don't worry, I can cover that. But what is she trying to hide, really? Let's say I want to cover that. Yeah, she is doing it right. I can complete my sky. I can even add clouds. I can tone down my colors from the watercolor layer. So yes, gouache helps, but she also creates her own little problems. Before I bring in the quiet witness, let me just say something about pages like this. If you like this kind of sketchbook practice, playful, simple, and not obsessed with perfect pages, I have my Paint and Play offer linked below. It's a gentle place to start if you want to have fun in your sketchbook, and if you want to use your supplies that you have instead of waiting for the perfect moment. Okay, back to the investigation. Let's move to the quiet witness. Le crayon de couleur, colored pencil. This one is not bold, not brave. It's creating small marks. It doesn't create instant drama. It builds slowly. It can add texture, fix values, add details, connect elements, create a focal point. It can do a lot. But this one requires patience. It's easy to overlook it because it's not flashy. It's not shiny and bold. It's a quiet one. But it behaves wonderfully on top of gouache. Look at that. If I add some flowers here, they are very visible. It works beautifully on top of gouache, but not so well on top of oil pastel. It will carve inside of the oil pastel. And you will have all the oil pastel around the tip of your pencil. But that's fine. And it will also carve into the fresh gouache, creating interesting marks. This is the kind of material I might underestimate because it doesn't scream for attention. It requires a lot of patience. And now the one who always arrives at the end and acts like he is in charge is the boss. The black pen. is the judge. It will define things and it will make my page look intentional. This one doesn't ask questions, it makes statements. It says, I'm here, can you see me? It gives personality to all your page. Is it a hit or a miss? You decide. It's a matter of style. I want you to do it today. It's hard on top of the oil pastel. Oil pastel is really a bad boy. And this one can be intimidating because it's permanent. There is no turning back. Now, if I say I don't like that, that's too late. This is what the black pen is doing. Here is the finished page. The watercolor created the atmosphere, the oil pastel brought the drama, the gouache covered and structured, the colored pencil quietly connected things, the black pen framed everything, especially the foreground. It's not a perfect page, but it's full of information. Every medium showed me something. If I expected this page to be perfect, then yes, everybody is guilty. The watercolor ran, the oil pastel refused to be covered, the gouache covered things but got muddy, the colored pencil almost disappeared, and the black pen had a hard time on top of oil pastel. But if my sketchbook is a place to learn what materials actually do, then nobody ruined anything. They all just show me who they are. So, who's guilty? Honestly, all of them, but not for ruining the page. There is no such thing. Guilty of leaving traces. And that is exactly what a sketchbook is for. Your sketchbook doesn't need to be impressive to be useful, it just has to be honest. This page is messy, but it taught me something about layering my mediums. And that makes a nice sketchbook page. If you want more playful sketchbook practice, you have the link under that video for my paint and play offer. And let me know in comments which mediums should I investigate next. And remember, it's just paper. Let's have fun with it. Thanks for watching. And before you go, YouTube thinks this is a good video for you.